going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a WWE Mattel Monday Night Wars Ultimate Edition Series 2 Mankind. First and foremost, I want to send a huge thank you to my good buddy Avid_figure_collector on Instagram. He was able to track down an extra Eddie Guerrero and Mankind. So huge thank you to my good buddy. I really do appreciate your help because this line has not been the easiest to find in stores. Mankind I'm very excited for. So this is based on when he won the WWE Championship belt. From what I remember, if you remember the whole story of Tony Schiavone saying Mick Foley's going to win the belt, and we're telling people to change the channel, like what a joke. And it turned out to be one of the highest rated Raws during that period. Mick Foley here, Mankind, an Ultimate Edition, which I'm sure a lot of us have been clamoring for. Does look great. This is the first time we are seeing this Mankind style figure with a soft goods shirt and tie, so I'm curious to see how that execution is once we get this figure out of the box. But this guy comes pretty stacked with accessories. You will see he does come with 3 interchangeable heads, a removable mask. You get Mr. Sacco, of course, the championship belt, as well as all of the interchangeable hands here. For your packaging, it is obviously like your store exclusive. This is a Walmart exclusive if you guys are not familiar. For a lot of us fans who have been collecting the WWE line, Walmart has been a nightmare to find figures. I said it in the last few videos that I've done. This line has not been really that fun to collect as far as finding it in stores. I feel like I have to pay some type of extra to get them in hand, unless I get lucky. But hopefully, Mattel is saying they're trying to rectify it and make it to a point where they are easier to obtain. If you guys do remember, if you've been collecting for a while, we were at this same point with Target. When Target Legends figures were hitting, or any exclusives, they were really hard to track down. And now they're always discounted. So hopefully we can get to that point with Walmart. But I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Walmart fan when it comes to collecting. But back to the packaging. You get your standard red inverted here versus the white, which is usually on the mainline Ultimates. You'll have your Ultimate Edition logo here on the front. Mankind on the top. Same on the top of the box. Flipping over to the side, it does have the Mankind nameplate. You get the date that he wore this attire. It is Raw, January 4th, 1999. So all of these Monday Night Wars figures will have a date on the spine. You can get the image here of Mankind with a nameplate. This does look awesome. On the back, the awesome image of the figure and Mick Foley right here with little stats. If you guys want to take a look at the little read-up, you can pause. You will see the Monday Night Wars logo here on the front, or excuse me, on the back. But enough chatting. Let's crack this figure out of the packaging. Take a look at the Easter eggs on the inside of the box. If you guys are not familiar, the Ultimate Edition always has an homage to each character on the top and the bottom of the box. So for Mankind here, on the top of the box it says, "Have a nice day," and on the bottom it says, "Mrs. Foley's baby boy." So let's take a quick peek at all the accessories that are included with your Ultimate Edition Mankind. So you will get 3 sets of hands. You will get a set of the mic open holding hands here, as well as a set of fisted hands. You will also get the more open hands. So if you guys want to slide Mr. Sacco on here or have him wave, saying "have a nice day," you do have those hands. And speaking of Mr. Sacco, here he is. He's made of some nice soft goods material. You can see the eyes and the mouth painted on here. There is a slit here where you can kind of just put one of the hands in here to kind of have him, holding Mr. Sacco before he does the mandible claw. Additionally, you will get the Attitude Era Championship belt with a nice vac finish. You can see the nice blue globe on there. Have seen this many times in the Mattel line. You will also get this removable mask. Now, I don't know if it's going to fit on any of these heads. You will get 3 interchangeable heads. We'll try this on the video, but generally the way this works is on the older Mick Foley or Mankind heads. This back piece would kind of sculpt underneath the hair to kind of sit there, but I don't know if this fits. We'll play around with it within the video, but you can see the other 2 heads here are actually do have sculpted masks on there, so they are not removable. You can see how these kind of go over the hair here in the back with all this Mick Foley hair here. So definitely some options. You can kind of have maybe where he takes the mask off and is just holding it in his hand, I'm guessing, but I don't know. The head sculpt on the left here without the mask looks a little to me. But here are your 3 options to go with. Let me know down in the comments below which head you like best, but we will definitely be throwing this on the Ultimate Edition body and see how they sit. But enough chatting, let's move on to the figure itself. Here is our Ultimate Edition Mick Foley, and he looks pretty awesome. So I don't know if you're going to include this shirt as an accessory. I'm going to say it is. You can see how the soft goods shirt is executed here with the soft goods tie. So we have seen this version of Mankind as most recently as the Defining Moments Elite figure. So in the Ultimate, very similar attire. But of course, that figure did have the molded on shirt. Also here with Mr. Sacco, you can see how great he looks with the extra championship belt. But let's remove these accessories off of the figure, get a close-up look at Mick Foley Mankind here in the soft goods shirt, because that's really what I'm curious to kind of dive into. So you can see all the rips in it on the bottom here, on the sleeves as well, on the back. So it is nicely done. So it looks like there is a rip here, right? But there is actually another soft goods shirt underneath. I'll be honest, I don't really want to take this off, so I'm gonna just give you a peek underneath to see how it opens. There are two Velcro tabs up here. You guys can see how that closes. Underneath, there's this soft goods white shirt. Just looks like a basic t-shirt. Underneath, looks like he's got a painted black singlet. I'm going to assume similar to what Kevin Owens looked like, so I don't have any desire to mess with the shirt and take it off. If you guys did catch my 111 review of the Sandman, I took that barbed wire off, and it just never looked quite the same afterwards, so I'm not going to make the same mistake with Mick Foley. This shirt is staying on. As far as the arms, I do feel like they probably went with those larger arms again. Obviously, this shirt covers a little more. Oh, he does have the scar underneath, but he also does have the bigger arm mold, if you guys can't see. That was probably my only complaint about some of the most recent Mick Foley figures here. You can see how this kind of smiling head sculpt looks on the Ultimate body. I will say this head comes off a little looser than I wanted to. I don't know if it's just because the way it sits on the collar of the shirt. The tie looks to be sewn in there. I don't think this comes off. I feel like maybe not. I don't know. It's got to be sewn in somewhere. There it goes. You can see the stitching. If I can zoom in, looks like it's stitched on here, which is way better. I wouldn't want, this thing would just be falling off. But for some reason, this head just, if you guys can't see, it does pop off quite easy. You can even see how it just kind of snapped back there. But the sculpt looks good on this body. The rest of the attire, you'll see, just has the brown pants with the black boots. Very simple design. Nothing else really to it. We have seen this again before from the Mattel line, whether it's a basic or an elite. But I actually do like the execution on the shirt. I don't feel like it looks too baggy or like the figure's swimming in it, but my only concern is does it hinder this head sitting on the body because of the soft goods shirt. Let's quickly get a look at all these head sculpts on the Ultimate body. So here's the smiling sculpt that we did just see. We also do have the more open mouth with the tongue out with the Mankind mask. I actually really do like the way this one looks. I will say this doesn't come off as easy as the other sculpted masked head. And I actually really do like the expression here. And lastly, we have the unmasked head. So I tried playing with this kind of mask to see if I get it to sit on there. And it really doesn't. I don't think it's made for it. Like I said, even if you could get it into the slots here, there's nowhere for it to sit on the back. So I'm going to say this is just like an accessory for him to carry. I'll be honest, this head, I don't like it at all. It just doesn't have the best likeness to him. It's just kind of like a weird thing. Like, he has something in his mouth, looks very uncomfortable. I prefer the other two heads way more than this one. Let's run through a quick articulation on this Ultimate Edition Mankind to see how the soft goods shirt, if it hinders it or not, or how it actually moves. So the head will rotate. If you really want to rotate fully, I think you could, but again, it does get caught up on the shirt a little bit. You do have the butterfly joints on here. There is the bicep swivel as well, the double jointed pinless elbows. He does have the diaphragm joint up here. You guys are going to see it. He does have the waist swivel. I believe he does have the drop down hips. They do kick up about that much. The double jointed pinless legs. These actually aren't too stiff, to be honest. If you guys want to see how much of the splits he can do, I don't believe he's on the ball joints. Or maybe he is. It's kind of hard to tell. This looks a little bit like the ratchet joint, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. If you guys want to look, you can see on the inside there. Doesn't do splits pretty good. He does have the thigh cut as well. There is the boot cut. The ankles or the boots do go up and down. There is toe articulation. There is a little bit of ankle rocker as well. Again, the double jointed pinless elbows. The hands do fully rotate and hinge as well. So doesn't seem like the shirt itself hinders any of the butterfly joint articulation. If you guys want him to go in for a mandible claw, looks like he can go in and out pretty good with this figure. So all in all, great articulation on this Ultimate Mankind. Mattel has given us a ton of Mankind Mick Foley figures, but here are some of my favorites. We have the Three Faces of Foley Ringside Collectibles exclusive 3-pack featuring Cactus Jack from his WCW run. We have Dude Love, as well as a Mankind in the brown attire. A few Mankind figure comparisons. Like I said, we have seen the white dress shirt with the brown pants done before. The Ringside Collectibles Defining Moments figure here on the left. These are both the same figure. That figure itself did come with 2 heads, so I did grab 2 for my collection. And on the very right, we have the Elite, I want to say 17 Mankind figure. You can see this one does have these sweatpants with the kind of white sneakers. There was actually another figure released with the blue sweatpants. I believe that was a 2-pack with a Rock. Came with the Rock and Sock jackets. But you can see the difference as far as the sizing and the difference with the kind of molded on shirt versus the actual soft goods shirt here. I'll be honest, I think I actually do like the look of the soft goods. Not a lot better. I like both of them, to be honest, but I feel like this actually does look pretty nice. I was not a fan of the size of the arms with the extra sculpted detail on here. I think that kind of just made it look a little too bulky, but I absolutely love this Ringside Collectibles bloodied mouth head after he fell off of the Hell in a Cell. And this is what I was talking about with the mask. You can see how the actual mask on the older molds do pull, kind of port in underneath the hair. So on that, instance, I don't think that works for the unmasked head, but this new Foley head really looks great. And Mattel, like I said, has done such a great job with Nick. They've done some phenomenal figures over the years. And I was curious to do this, so I'm sure you guys were curious too. I wanted to put the unmasked bloody head with that tooth in his kind of mustache here to see how it sits on the Ultimate body. It does sit a little too low, so unfortunately, if you're going to go that route, it does not work. But you know what? This head looks great on the Defining Moments figure, and that's exactly where I'm going to keep it. And here's just one quick group shot of all those figures all together. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Ultimate Edition Mick Foley. Do you think this is the best Mankind figure that Mattel has given us, or do you prefer some of the other ones that we've gotten on some other prior releases? While you're at it, please do me a favor, hit that notification bell to stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. My personal take on this figure, I actually really do like it. Is it my favorite Mankind? I'm going to say yes, and not by much. I really, really love the Ringside Collectibles Defining Moments Mankind figure. It's a toss-up between those two. This one, I'm going to give it a slight edge because it's Ultimate. And honestly, I just love the execution of this soft goods shirt so much. I like the fact that they just kind of made it thin. They put some rips into it, and then they put another soft goods shirt underneath. I think it really does plus it up, and it does not look too bulky. The heads are great. I don't really care for the unmasked head, but the other 2 sculpted masked heads are pretty awesome. I think that's where I'm going to give the slight edge to the Ultimate, because the Defining Moments one really was a reuse of an old head, existing head, as far as the mask portrait. The obvious one where he got thrown off the cell with the blood in the mouth, that to me will probably be the best Mick Foley head that we've gotten from Mattel, unless they're able to do bloody heads. But who knows, with Triple H running the company now, maybe the company being a little more edgy, we can get some bloody Mattel figures. I think that would be awesome. Mick Foley, or even Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania with the blood coming down would be awesome. But we're going on a tangent. This Mankind figure is great. I really do like it. I'm going to say it is the best Mankind figure that we've ever gotten. Not by much, but it is. It is a really good, fun figure. I hope you guys are able to score. This is a Walmart exclusive. So if you guys are hunting, make sure to grab this figure if you can find it, because it is pretty awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again for all your continued support. I'll catch you all in the next video review.